Video game flash fiction. This is a timed writing game where I'm going to give myself 90 minutes to take one of these random selected Atari 2600 cartridges, slot it into the console, play the game, write a flash fiction story that is intellectual property free, read the story at the end of this, and be on with life. And someday, that story may be entered into a book like this, or like this, or even work, or the latest release. Last year, Homebrew Revolution. If you're a worker of the world, read this book. It's cheap if you buy the ebook. Available online, but let's play this game because time, yes, has started. I do need to find that six-sided dice I had right here because I got to roll the random selection of these 6 Atari 2600 games, all chock full of intellectual property and someday likely in a book called IP Free. Here's the roll of dice. 1 to 6, top, bottom to top. 6, top 1 is Alien. One player using left joystick controller, 4 levels of play. 20th Century Fox, though the word itself is not really chock full of intellectual property. The game, well, we'll see what the game looks like. So that's what we're looking at here. That's the cartridge. That's pretty fancy. You know, it's one of those that shows a little bit of the one-shot screen that you got. It's in the font. Now let's see. Let's see Alien. These games have been tested. This game has not been played by me. I do need to put in the joystick controller. I never owned this game when this Atari 2600 was a brand new console when I was young. Yes, that ages me. I think I had about 20 games when I was young. Neighbors had a few, and nobody had this game. I didn't even know it existed until I started doing video game flash fiction and investigating Atari 2600 games. Let's get down this screen right here so we can all see, and I can see. Whoa, it looks like my first impression is look like Pac-Man with aliens. I don't know. Let's check this out. I don't know how impressed I am right yet, but these are all fun games. Where's my sound out? I want to make sure someone gets sound. If there is such a thing on this game, I'll make sure the sound decibels don't infringe on people's pleasure watching this as it goes. Okay. Whoa. Yeah. Uh-huh. I mean, it feels like Pac-Man. But they got me. Okay. Yeah, uh-huh. I've seen Alien. I don't know why they're able to disappear like that. And that doesn't help me. I thought I would be able to get that glowing thing and then be like Pac-Man. So this is not like Pac-Man. I'm not trying to chomp these things. I'm trying to run from them. And I can run just as fast, so hey, that's a bonus. I don't know where I disappeared to, though, right there. That's a little disappointing. Okay, game over. Wow. Huh. Was there sound to that? Let me look at the sound bar here. Let's go to there. Yeah. And then it moved. Did I pick it up? Did it move? I'm not sure. What the fudge, man? Like I'm trying to, like, it's just how, like, you show your, and there's, like, many of them. Oh my god, what is that? I like that. It looks like a gun. Or something. Please. Oh man, I didn't get it. It was probably like a Pac-Man version of a... Oh, they're a little faster. Just a little. Man, I don't know about this game. Where am I? What the fuck? Seriously, how did that hit me? There was no alien right there. And, you know, I kind of see the alien shape. If I didn't see the movie, I probably couldn't tell it. It looked more like those creatures on that pop show Stranger Things that have those flower mouths. Excuse me. Well, I don't know about this. There's not a whole lot of, like, the word alien itself is not full of intellectual property. So it's not necessarily something that's going to probably be difficult to write around. It's not like Spider-Man or Strawberry Shortcake or Flash Gordon. Those are trademarked. Alien, it's trademarked and maybe registered for the use of entertainment in this type of format. So I can't have what was Sigourney Weaver's character, Ridley? And I don't know any other character names. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So well, what's the story here? Let's play a little more. I got time. And like these things like switch. So you're picking up a thing. I'm not quite understanding the. Oh, maybe maybe I'm the trigger. Like when I get close to one side, the other side appears. I'm not certain. No, that is not true. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And then I disappear sometimes, which is really annoying. And I don't know. The sound goes, right? Yeah, then I die. Loud sound. Oh, fudge. Did they disappear? Am I dead now? No. Oh. Excuse me, it's a little disgusting, I know, but hey. At least I'm not using my hand and wiping on my shirt. Yet. Well, that's the end. Okay. You got like 3 red, green, and yellow creatures that don't if I hadn't seen the movie, and the cover doesn't show this, it shows an egg, I wouldn't quite know what to make of that creature right there. It looks to me like a big mouth. Or maybe they're trying to hug you. Do I want to go violent? Alien, though. I mean, the name's called Alien. Huh. You're the alien in this case. Like, let's be honest. Like, there's 3 of them and 1 of you. So, the majority is not the alien. The majority rules. So, they're the insiders. They're the known. Because there's 3 of them, and there's only 1 of you. Alien. You're the alien. You're the alien. Yeah. Now I got, as the alien, what the hell am I doing with these red dots that appear from side to side for reasons I don't yet have a connection to the gameplay? I mean, this reminds me more, it's definitely a derivative of Pac-Man, but it's also very much inspired by a lot of M Network games that I've played. Whose names right now are eluding me. I got one in this book, right? I got one in here. What is the name of that book? I wrote a story and edited it very heavily. There's an index right here. It is Lock and Chase. Very much like Lock and Chase. the color schema too. If I remember Lock and Shakes, which, I wrote the story, but the story now overwhelms the actual gameplay or the game purpose or rules or life or world. Yeah. Why? What are the dots and why? Maybe you're the thief. You got to go steal stuff. Like, what the hell are the dots? I don't know. If I figure that out, like the glowing things, I'm not even sure. They don't give you the power to kill aliens. Aliens. Having issues saying words these days. You're the alien because there's 3 of them and only 1 of you on their ship. While trying to steal. Harvest? Trying to recover. No, you're trying to steal. You're the thief. You're the human. You're on their ship. I mean, because it just feels that. I mean, maybe they're trying to hug them, tackle them. I mean, there are some different, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to distinguish? Find the differences between the up and down, like what is considered the head and what's considered the whipping. I guess the tail, maybe that's supposed to be. I always, it could be what that's supposed to be. I thought it was like one of their long hands, but I can't remember how long their hands are, to be honest with you. Their arms, rather. Their tail is a predominant feature. And maybe that's just like they're leading forward with their tail because that's also what they usually attack with. But this is not that same alien. I'm just trying to understand what I'm looking at here. I don't need to. I don't want to. It looks like a big mouth running around, chasing you. Or maybe they've got their arms out all the time, wanting to hug people. They're very emotionally attached creatures. You're the alien. You're the alien because there's 3 of them and only 1 of you on their ship while you're trying to steal. I mean, I guess, like, if you're on someone's ship and you're picking up things, the red dots, I don't know what those are going to be sensors you set off. Trigger, maybe. The glowing things, I'm just lost on that. What are those glowing things that I touch and it goes someplace else? What's the motive? Like, I get it. I got the person. I got the place. I got the who. What? I don't have the why. You're the alien now. Let's do that. The when. Sorry for the yawn. I just, I figured I'd follow up the drippy nose with a big long yawn. For reasons of being human, I suppose. You're the alien now because there are 3 of them and only 1 of you on their ship while you're trying to find? While you search for... Yeah, damn. What weird... Like, then it's just sort of like separating out the movie Alien and the franchise that it's become, which is cool. Some I've liked more than others. You're the alien now because there's three of them and only one of you on their ship while you search for are those like yeah, I mean are they maybe you're like smashing eggs. Maybe that's what you're supposed to be doing, but that can't be here because I don't know nothing about no egg. I think the dots are just like the sensors, the security sensors. You're tripping security sensors. Little red dots. Little red lights glow while you run along the halls. Little red lights dim while you run along the halls, searching for what? What? A pulsing thing like energy? What do you? I mean, you're a thief. Are you a thief? I don't know. You're searching for. At least make it a lovable thief. They're trying to at least maybe save themselves. A selfish thief that has to resort to a selfish thief that has to resort to theft. What the is it? By the very nature of being a thief, throw you into the realm of selfishness, no matter what. You are taking a thing. Maybe that's the rule. Maybe they're about to kill him. Why didn't you just ask? Why didn't you just ask? You could have said no. Why not ask us? We got to make sure they talk like robots because there's American English is their what 100th language or something. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I wonder when aliens come to Earth, and if we haven't killed ourselves yet, what's the first language they're gonna learn? That'll be an ego trip. Maybe all of them. I mean, they got the technology to go through the solar system to solar system. I'm pretty sure that they could find a way to mass communicate instantaneously if they wanted to. If not, maybe that's why they haven't talked to with us yet. They're still confused about why we're speaking many languages, not just one universal one, and why we like to kill each other so much and lie and cheat and steal. And that's the alien. Yes, that's why not ask us for. You could say no. You shrug. Oh. Well, you could say no. Um, do they what is the saying I'm trying to think of is uh break the rules and beg for forgiveness or some egotistical saying that people say to themselves in order to do something and then let's not get off on that tangent. I've got an hour and 11 minutes left of this process. And the game alien is still there. What? I think they're just trying to steal energy. That feels lame. Is there a moral lesson? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe the moral lesson is do whatever you need to survive. Excuse me. One of those process sessions. You're the alien now because there's three of them and only one of you on their ship while you search for energy. Energy. And I'm gonna just call it energy because it's got that pulsing pulsing feeling. Let's play this game just a little bit more. We'll see where we're at. Alright, so it's like I'm triggering alarms. Everything's going dim. That's how they know where I'm at. And then the pulsing thing moves. Like, I don't... It's kind of crazy. And then the aliens can disappear. Which, I don't know about that. This is not Predator versus Alien. And if this is Alien, you know, Predators didn't exist during Alien. Or whatever they're called, the Yelchi or something like that. They actually have a species name. I'm having had just watched the most recent Predator, which I liked it. The Badlands was not a bad movie. I quite enjoyed it. It was almost as if I was watching Arnold Schwarzenegger in Commando. But instead the Predator is the Commando. Or, no, it was a Commando. Oh, God, it's called Predator. I'm thinking of the other Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he's in the... he has army experience, big muscles and guns. And not when he was a cop like Raw Deal. Oh, fudge. Alright, so I've almost got all the... Like, I've almost triggered all... Oh, and I'm dead. Like, that's no... That's... Yeah. Well, I should... Right, so for energy pulses. Energy balls. Energy balls for your ship. Excuse me. Yeah, well, you know, I suppose it's one thing to yawn, and then it's another thing to maybe have someone trigger during the future a yawn with a yawn you recorded. Like the new viral sensation is everyone showing themselves yawning, and maybe that's how you slow down the world, is start flooding it with people who's doing some sort of thing and they yawn, and they trigger people to pause and feel like they need a yawn, and maybe they'll stop killing each other for an instant. Stop the lies and the rape. Let's not get off on that tangent, because right now we got this story to finish. And dystopia will be there when we're done. Let it be for now. For your ships. Now is now for your ship. Man, excuse me. Oh. Yeah, I should put a warning if I push this to some other podcasting platform. Say, beware yawns. It's not a bad idea. Search for energy balls to power your ship that's attached. Their ship, the Mounters. Let's not think too much about this. Little red lights dim. Little red lights dim. You hear the stomp of 3 mounters, through the maze-like halls. You hear the stop. I hear stop. How do you hear stop? Stomp. You hear the stomp of 3 mounters through the halls. You hear the stomp of 3 mounters through halls while you see a pulsing along the black steel walls. How do they power ships? I mean, I guess they don't. They go to planets and they infest until they die. But that's a different story. I got off on some tangent thinking about aliens. How would I know they're black walls? What color are these walls? They're a different color. They're kind of red. Maybe they are black. I'd say they're more rust-colored walls. Like where the yellow one just goes and just sort of disappears. And then there's the broomstick, and then I sort of disappear. Like, what the fudge, man? I feel like that's bad. Or maybe part of the game. Maybe that's just like, hey, let's make this game just a little harder. Not only... And then like that moved. And then it moved again. And then it moved again. Yeah, I'm uncertain of what's going on here. You hear the stomp of 3 mounters through halls while through rust-colored walls. Rust-colored halls. Rust-colored through rust-colored through... There's a burgundy walls. That's how I'm spelling burgundy right now. That's just life. And I'm not going to put the uppercase. I won't make them special. Built by the Burgundy company. Halls with walls. Ooh, man. That's just like rhyme and gold. Let's fall into the fold. You hear the stomp of 3 mounters through the burgundy halls with still walls. The burgundy halls with still walls. And blinking panels around an energy ball. The energy ball, and then we're gonna make that special. We're gonna give it and my energy, not angry. Energy. The energy walls, blah, blah, blah. The energy ball that glows through the hall. God, don't make this a Dr. Seuss. Yeah. Let's get away from it. Maybe I'll even sneeze and then yawn. Yeah, be one of those trigger people. I gotta have this person yawn. No, I know. I just like the yawn game. Someday, I need to do something about that. I won't make a note of it. If I forget it, it's not that important. Or if I don't write it down, it's even less important. The energy ball, because I'll forget it eventually. The energy ball illuminates the hall. Illuminates the hall. I gotta, no. Illuminates illuminates an mounture. The energy ball illuminates a mounture. A mounture. Now let's describe what a mounture looks like. I'm just going to go with the big mouth. Do I have the still black, the burgundy halls with the still walls and blinking panels around the entropy ball? The entropy ball illuminates a mounture. I just need to sneeze. I burped to the microphone. I've yawned. I've sniffled. If I get to sneeze, I could do all sort of the disgusting body functions one doesn't really usually want to capture. Being human. But these aren't human. They're mountures. The mountures, huge mouths. That's what they called mountures. It's like the nickname they're giving them. You gotta go on the mounture ship. Mounters will have the same type of energy ball. The mounters, huge mouths. The mountures, huge mouths. Yeah, I don't know. Let's play the game a little bit. Now I gotta describe these. Because I've got the bases. I have the who, what, why, when, where, how. They're there. You're the alien. Oh, fudge you, man. What the fudge? I disappeared again. Ah, man, sorry, game developers. That's super frustrating. I guess, it's game mechanic. Makes it a little different. I don't know if I got that. So that's what I think, even if it disappears and I touch it, that it'll go away. I'm not certain. And then why is that person just the mounture? This mounture, it's like a mouth with legs. And maybe they got lips that can act as handles of things. I don't know. I gotta show that. So I think the whole thing is the mounture was huge mouths with legs and lips and a tongue and two tongues that move like tentacles with three fingers, three long fingers, whipping to grab, to build, to grab you. And the different colors too. I mean, why? Why are they different colors? Because maybe they painted themselves for a party. Maybe it's just how they all look the same except for the color. So their body, you can't tell two apart. Well, you can very easily because they have such contrasting colors. Muncher's contrasting colors are the only differentiating factor. So I'm going to go get this. Boom. And then it moves. So I think even if it's invisible, I'm still picking. They're just a little faster than me. Just a little. And maybe that's just it. Even though I'm like, how am I supposed to defend against something that's invisible? Can the game answer me that? I don't think so. I mean, I didn't see it at least. If it did exist, it wasn't something that existed before I hit it. The munchers. Man, that's just the munchers. Is the invisibility a feature or a bug in the download of this game into, I think it goes into some ROM. Not a ROM, read-only memory, right? Yeah. I just get away from initialisms and acronyms. That'd be an acronym. ROM and RAM. The Mouncher's mouths, huge mouths with legs and two tongues that move with tentacles, like lion tentacles, who move like tentacles. With 3 long fingers to build, to operate, to grab you. Little red dim light, wow. Little red dim lights. Gee, man, do I have that up here? You're the alien now because there's 3 of them and only one of you, and you're on their ship while you search for energy balls to power your ship that's attached to the side of their ship. I need that back. Little red I should not have. I've messed up. It's okay though. I can copy. Let's get some description of the floor back here. Little red lights dim while you run along the halls run along the halls for energy balls. Geesh, man, I'm starting to get that. I don't want the rhythm. I don't need some song to come of this, so we should stop as soon as possible before I then feel obligated to do it all that way, and I try to make this musical, and then another 50 minutes passes and it's all absolute trash. Let's focus. It's not a bad idea. It'd be kind of fun, right? Having these big things with mouths. That's what they like to do, is sing. Because you got a big mouth. That's all you got. You know, they can't necessarily whittle. Well, I guess they can with their tongues. You hear the stomp of 3 monsters through the burgundy halls with still walls and blinking panels around the energy ball. The energy ball illuminates the mouncher. The mouncher's huge mouth with legs and 2 tongues that move like tentacles with 3 long fingers to build. Man, that's just like, let's just try to pack as much confusion into one sentence as possible. The mounchers, let's possess those. The mounchers, huge mouths. The mounchers, so we just do plural, huge mouths. The mounchers are, let's just do to be. The mounchers are huge mouths with legs and 2 tongues that move like tentacles with 3 long fingers to build, to operate, to grab you. To build, to operate, or to grab you. Not like, I'm not building you, I'm not operating you. They run a little faster than you. They run a step faster than you. They like to sing and chirp with their big mouths. In ways that makes your brain, your ears hurt. Feel pain, or for your attention to wane while lost in their beautiful song. That's why they have such big mouths. That's what I've had a big mouth. That's all I had. Legs and a mouth. I mean, eventually you just want to try to do something. I guess if you have the tongue that's like an appendage, you know, maybe that's the sort of trade route people would take in this big mouth creature, is either you're going to focus on being able to use your tongue like appendages to build a thing, or you're going to go the route of using your mouth fully, because, you know, you can't, and try to be like the most brilliant singer in the world and get hired out. because you had a huge mouth and you can really push noise and do really creative things with sound using your arms. So it's sort of like this path of where the mounters would then develop. They would have to have the test in like, grade 4 to see if they're going to be builders or artists. And if they're artists, then they start to use their hands to perfect their ability to sing and change sound, and maybe even like sing in sign language and stuff like that. As to where if they're builders, they're really not going to have time. It's more of a utility. At least I got this concept of a mounture. Now let's have them be peaceful. The mounters are huge mouths with legs and 2 tongues that move like tentacles with 3 long fingers to build and operate or to grab you. They run a step faster than you, and they like to sing while they run. They like to sing. They run faster than you. They like to sing and chirp with their big mouths in ways that makes your ears feel pain or for your attention to wane. Ooh, I don't know about that. While lost in their beautiful harmonies, polyphonic spree. I would love to go see them. I wonder if they're still around. There's a musical collective led by an individual called Polyphonic Spree. Spree, S-P-R-E-E. I'm just looking at my transcript right now, and it said spray. Polyphonic spray. I like that. Let's do polyphonic spray. Polyphonic spree is a musical experience you should not miss out on if they still are playing or are together. There is a whole collective. I've seen them twice, and both times I'm glad I've seen them. Anyway, that is polyphonic spree and not polyphonic spray. Polyphonic spray, they're beautiful polyphonic spray. The mountures' bodies are similar in shape and detail, but their body colors contrast from reds to blues to greens. And the defining feature of the munchers. A yellow muncher stands before... Ooh, did this run out of power? Damn it. Oh well. What time? There's always stream time. So there's 45 minutes left. I need to pause for a moment. I'm going to get some water. And I'll be right back. This is left when I was editing yesterday, the story. Water break. We'll just call it that. Be back. Break had. Water got. Water left behind. I should play this game a little bit more, at least to get back into this process and find out the munchers. The munchers. That's kind of feeling like a stupid name. Potentially. More than just potentially. Likely. Okay. I should check to see if there's different levels. I wonder if there's a rule if there's a muncher chasing you that it won't have another one chase you. And I think I picked up that broomstick. Is that a life? Is that what? Oh shit! I'm getting better at this at least. Getting away from the munchers. I don't think I've ever gotten the third one. I'm getting a little bit used to being able to not see the protagonist of me and still collect the thing. Ooh, I got it. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm making progress. I just don't know where the yellow one's at. Right there. Okay. I'm gonna go along the rule that if you have one chasing you, oh man, that was quick. Come on. That's not fair. Why am I just a little slower? I wish I was faster so I wouldn't die. Oh, fuck. Come on. This is lame. Alright, so at least I can see what I need to get. I need to get that right there, and it'll disappear. And I should still... Actually, my wrist is... Man. I am a carpal tunnel person, but... Just really exercising my wrist, and then it runs right there, and frustration. That's just, yeah. Dealing with the munchers, man. The munchers. The munchers. I'm just gonna pronounce it away, and then find out I'm wrong later and feel stupid for a moment, and then move on with life. The Munchers' bodies are similar in shape and detail, but their body colors contrast from reds to blues to greens, and the defining feature of the Munchers. A yellow Munchers. I dropped the O already. I guess Prince. Oh, I was searching. Yes, Jaded. A yellow Muncher appears before you while you grab the energy ball and run. And run. You run over red lights. The yellow munchers. The mounters. Tongue spreads and mouth opens wide. Like it wants to hug you. Wants to hug you from all sides. I'm just throwing down. I've never used, I can't remember the last time I've used this too many to be verbs in anything I've written. Probably some narrative about you or first person. I'm feeling a bit weird about it, to be honest. Too many to be verbs. Wants to hug you from all sides. Sins sides. Slow song that for an instant causes your mind and body to calm and slow your step a step. You run around a corner as the yellow muncher, as the mouncher nears, and sees through the flashing halls a red muncher, a red mouncher. Not a muncher, it's a mouncher. Mouncher. Like mound, but in this case, mouncher. The red mouncher. With mouth wide, like ready to hug. You run around the corner and the mouncher's... What the fuck was I trying to write? You run around the corner. And see through the flashing light along the hall to a red monster with its wide mouth open, like ready to hug. Alien. You're human in the alien. You're a human alien. You're the alien. You're human and the alien now, because there's 3 of them and only 1 of you on their ship while you search for energy balls to power your ship that's attached to the side of their ship, the Mounters. Red lights dim while you run along the halls for energy balls. You hear the stomp of 3 Mounters and their beautiful song. You hear the stomp of, you hear the song, you hear a song. A soliloquy? No. A soliloquy. Soliloquy is not what I'm thinking of. Not what I want to say out loud. It's just like the word soliloquy, but that's not what I'm trying to... I'm lost. I'm trying to build up context again. The word soliloquy, and then trying to find out what I'm trying to say. Let's just say they're trying to sing a choir. You hear a choir of 3 Mounters tuning harmonies through burgundy halls with steel balls and blinking panels, energy balls illuminate. Okay. Feature of the Mounters. Physical feature of the Mounters is the contrasting physical feature of the Mounters. The body colors. Boo, 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 boo. We got another yellow mouncher. Then we got the red mouncher, and its sides wide, ready to hug, singing waves of violin. Violin bliss. Waves of violin like bliss, like waves of bliss like violin. Like, let's just say it's a singing Tones like ocean waves. Using its tongue to string to using its string tongue like a violin. With ocean tones, with its tongue, with one tongue holding a long sharp tooth, while the other tongue rubs over the taut tongue and plays like a violin. In the moonlight. You slow while your mind thinks for an instant. Effect after the feel of the song spreads through you. It's not sudden, then a blue mounture appears, runs around the corner, and whips its tongue around your arms. The energy ball. The energy ball drops. Maybe. Maybe not. You plead. I mean you no harm. Plead. With tears. I mean you no harm. Is it the yellow one? The yellow monture? The yellow monture. The yellow monture is the one that has. The yellow monture. The yellow monture, because there's the red. The yellow monture is the one that's got the violin, right? The monture's tongue. Monture's Launcher's mouth spreads. Opens. Like a slow song. A slow tone, like a breeze, flows from its mouth, and for an instant causes your mind and body to calm and slow a step. You run around the corner and see the red one. Okay, so it's the red one that's playing the violin. Mouncher. Relaxes. Violin playing, mouth playing, tongues for its big mouth to say. Like singing. Why not ask us for the energy? Why are you doing this? You think? Maybe that's enough. I mean, it's flash fiction. I don't know. I kind of like it. If I do the "Why are you doing this?" is called Alien. I mean, what does it have to do? It's just a title, Alien. Why are you doing this? You think you're human and the alien now because there's 3 of them and only one of you on their ship, and I could die. I'm done. I think this is it. I don't want to write it or ruin it any more than it is right now. I'm going to play the game one more time. I'm going to see if I can get that third one. I mean, I haven't hit that milestone. Take a picture of it. I don't know who owns. Well, I mean, I guess I'm at 25th, 2020. There's only Activision was the one that gave away the patches, and they still do. No, they still don't. Activision, the original, one of the founders of Activision. Now does Audacity Games. David Crane, Audacity Games, great game. I got a video on it. It should be up by now. And this Audacity game right here is, I'm going to do an entire series. It wasn't written by David Crane, but it was produced. So I had him still sign it because it's David Crane. This was written by somebody else, produced by Audacity Games. I'm going to do a long series on these. I think I'm going to try to do 25 different flash fiction stories based upon that game right there. Whoa. No disrespect. Let's get this back up. There we go. Anyway, that person right there helped found Activision. And Activision had this thing back in the day that if you're playing at least with the Atari 2600, you could take a picture of the screen, and if you hit a certain points, you could send it in for the high score. And they have that with Audacity Games. There's literally a QR code that you can wand in that links your account with it. I haven't done it yet. I played the games, but I haven't. Anyway, side tangent. Because I said something about taking a picture of this screen. Delaying just the reading of it. Let's go ahead and play this one more time. And I'll try to ignore this nose itch I have going on. Try. I don't know how successful I'm going to be. But if I play this game, maybe the breath won't... I'll shut up and the breath won't tickle my nose as much as it always does. Like I didn't... Excuse me, man, that was burp. Like I don't... Where's the blue? Where's the yellow? There we go. Boom, they just like appear. Are they hatching? Like... Is that what... Maybe that's it. Maybe they're hatching. Well, once it gets a lock on you, you're doomed. Couldn't ignore it. Wish I could. Some days are worse than others. My nose tickle. I died. Well, death. Let's read a story and process on with life. I think this is done. I'm going to call it done. You know, it's flash fiction-y. It's got words. Maybe it's a complete story. At least I get the who, what, why, when, where, how. There's a little bit of game action going. There it ends with, you know, like, what are they going to do? I'm going to leave that up to the reader what they're going to do. So, let's read this aloud. Move on. For today's video game flash fiction story, Alien. Alien. Why are you doing this? Let me fix that. Yeah, that's funny. I want this. I gotta have it. Okay. I don't want to question. I want to write. I don't want to quit. What the Oh, okay. I'm not overwriting. I want to write. Thank you. Delete the whole story. Video game flash fiction flashes away. Let's not waste an entire day trying to read this thing aloud. Take 2. A video game flash fiction. The story for today inspired by the game Alien. Why are you doing this, you think? You're human in the alien now because there's 3 of them and only 1 of you on their ship while you search for energy balls to power your ship that's attached to the side of their ship, the Mounters. Little red lights dim while you run along halls for energy balls. You hear a choir of 3 Mounters tuning harmonies through burgundy halls with still walls and blinking panels around an energy ball. The energy ball illuminates a Mounter. The Mounters are huge mouths with legs and 2 tongues that move like tentacles with 3 long fingers to build, to operate, or to grab you. They run a step faster than you. They like to sing and chirp with their big mouths in ways that makes your ears feel pain or for your attention to wane while lost in their beautiful polyphonic spray. The Mounters' bodies are similar in shape and detail, but their body colors contrast from reds to blues to greens and defining features of the Mounters. A yellow Mounter appears before you while you grab the energy ball and run. The Mounter opens mouths and tongues spread like it wants to hug you from all sides. A slow tone like a breeze flows from its mouth for an instant, causing your mind and body to calm and slow another step. You run around the corner and see through the flashing lights and along the hall A red mounture with its wide mouth open like ready to hug, and it sings tones like ocean waves with their tongue holding a long, sharp tooth while the other tongue rubs over the other tongue and plays like a violin in the moonlight. You slow while your mind thinks for an instant after you feel the song spread through you. The blue mounture runs around a corner and whips its tongue around your arms. The energy ball drops. You plead with tears. I mean you no harm. I only need energy to power pulls my ship to Earth. I'm sorry. I only want to get home. The red mounture relaxes its violin-playing tongues, and for its big mouth to say, like singing an opera, why not ask us for energy? You shrug. Well, you could have said no, and I would die without it. There were corrections made along the way while it was read aloud, but it's been read aloud, and I don't hate it. We'll see what happens to it. Given time, which always helps me be a better editor of my own stuff, for all the flaws and context will fade from my mind, and I'll have to revisit this story fresh. And when that happens, I will see the flaws, and probably the first thing that comes to mind is I'm going to say to myself, that is shit. Write the story inspired by this game. Oops, let's add it first. Then we can remember it. And then we can call Video Game Flash Fiction just about done for today. I'm going to go ahead and I'll put up this screen here. Let's turn the game off. Well, I suppose in a way we're all aliens sometime and someplace and somehow, so let's respect each other a little bit and maybe start to label people something other than aliens.